Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to my channel and thanks for joining me for this video. So for today's video, we're going to do a quick review and check out the Marvel Legends retro carded Beast action figure. So firstly, I'm really excited that one, unfortunately I waited originally when this figure first came out. I didn't pre-order him and I didn't get him like the first couple weeks he came out, and then we saw a price hike and it kind of shot up a little bit, and I was a little disappointed, like, man, I should have grabbed him or pre-ordered him when I first saw him. But nonetheless, I just picked him up at a local toy show for a steal of a price, so that is really awesome. And secondly, I missed out on the Caliban Build-A-Figure Beast, and he also, kind of went up in price from his original, debut, and I still have my old Toy Biz Beast. So yeah, I'm still, got that guy hanging around on the shelf, so this is definitely going to be an upgrade, so I'm really stoked about that. I've really been wanting this figure, so let's go ahead and check it out. So from the package, we see we got a retro carded figure here. We got a really cool picture of Beast here on the side, and then we can see some of his accessories he comes with. He comes with an extra set of hands. He comes with on default clench fist here, and then a little like halfway open hand here, and then here is one of the alternate hands. He's got an open like clawing hand, and then he's got an open like item holding hand right here. He has an alternate head, kind of like a screaming face, kind of opposite of his scowling, serious face he's got going on here. He's got glasses as an accessory, and then like a beaker, some like science experiment, chemistry tools, accessories that he's got going on there. So that's pretty awesome. So that's the front. Here on the back, we've got a picture of Marvel's Beast holding some of those accessories, and then a short read up here on Henry McCoy, Marvel's Beast as well right there. So super cool. Love the retro card packaging, and he just looks super mean sitting in there. Like, he looks really awesome. But we're still gonna have to go ahead and get him out of there. So let's go ahead and get him out of the package and see how he looks in hand, see how he looks and feels, and check out some of his articulation. Okay, so we got Beast out of the package, and he's chilling here looking pretty cool. So first, we'll take a look at his articulation, then we'll look at some of his paint apps a little closer, and then we'll look at his accessories, and then compare him to some other figs. Check out, how he compares in size to some other figures. So first, we'll go with the articulation. And I might check him out with his jacket on, and then recheck him and take it off and see if there's any difference for his range of motion here in his arms and his elbows with his jacket on or off. So you can look down about like that. You can look up about like that. His head tilts side to side a little bit, and of course it can go all the way around here. And with his jacket on, you are not going to be able to get his arm to go all the way around, but you can get it up and down about like that. But it does go all the way around with it off. He actually does have double jointed elbows. In fact, you know what? Let's just go ahead and we'll pop the jacket off now to give him a fair, little review of his articulation. I want to see him with not be able to do what he could do. So there we go. So his arm goes all the way around that way. Of course, we can get his arms up like that. That's pretty good. He does have butterfly joints here. Some nice deep butterfly joints, so you can really get his arms out like that, almost too far. Say like that. Get his arms out. Put him down, give him like that. So for those kind of poses, that butterfly joint is really going to come in handy, especially for a figure like him who's got, big bulky body. So butterfly joints are great. They go back really far like that, and then coming forward they go to about there. So pretty good there. He's got bicep swivel all the way around here. He does have double jointed elbows. He can touch his face, he can touch his chest here. Pretty good. And then his wrist swivel and his hands hinge in and out. And the fist hand is the same way, hinges in and out. He does not have an ab crunch, he has like a diaphragm ball joint here, so he can bend back just a little bit, not much. He can crunch forward about like that. Not bad, not bad. And then he can turn all the way around there with that joint there. And then no waist swivel because he's got the diaphragm joint going on there. So you can kick up like that. Maybe a little bit higher if we get that. No, that's fully extended. So he can kick up like that. He's got double jointed knees. They can come up about that far. Pretty good. And then no calf swivel here, but his feet hinge up and down like that. Pretty good. And then they swivel side to side here. They rock back and forth. And then he's got another hinge right here for some foot articulation. And that curls down like that. And then you can spread them up like that. So that's pretty much it for his articulation. I think he's articulated pretty well. I think it all looks good. And yeah, you should be able to get him in some pretty sweet poses with all that. Yeah, his legs. Yeah, can't spread his legs out too far, but I think that's pretty good. Cool if you could like do the splits or something, but can't quite get down that far, but you can get like that, so that's pretty good. So that is the beast articulation. I think that's not bad at all. So obviously you see his first accessory here. You got his lab coat. It does have a working pocket here. Got some nice little stitching goes around. Actually, wait, maybe, yeah. So it does have the stitching here in the front, but don't let that fool you. It actually is a working pocket there. So that's pretty nice. I think the jacket's pretty slick. And the split here in the back, and yeah, you saw it on him already. Well, maybe we'll pop that back on him. But so he comes with that, and then he comes with an alternate head. Looking pretty cool, looking a little grumpy. Maybe it could be a serious looking face. I think it looks pretty good. Really good. I like that. And there's a nice sculpt of the beast. So you'll get his alternate head, and you'll get an extra set of hands. So in this extra set of hands, you're not going to get another fully clenched fist or hand making a fist, but you get this item holding slightly open hand, mostly closed but slightly open, and then you get a fully open hand here for maybe some handstand poses and stuff like that. So you get this open palm hand, and then this one is not the same either. This one is, he's got his fingers extended a little bit more than this. That is for, looks like it's for holding items or small things. And this one's just opened a little bit more. So actually 4 completely different hands. None of them are exactly the same. So I think that's kind of cool. That's unique. You get 4 different hands with them. I like that. And then he also comes with his little beaker here, his little experiment instruments. And this one's actually tagged and says Gene or X Gene 6 here, this little purple one, and this little green one looking like a little ball or something, that one as well. So it comes with some goodies, some really cool accessories. I think that is pretty awesome. Yes, you got extra head, you got his lab coat, you got an extra set of hands, and then you've got some of his experimental accessories going on here. I got dogs fighting upstairs. I got a puppy bonding with his big brother, so they're doing a little bit of wrestling up there if you hear some rumbling around. Okay, so I think all the accessories look good. Let's go ahead and, just for fun, we'll pop his other head on here, and then we'll take a look at, like, just a little bit of a closer look at his paint. So we'll start with this head for one. I think that looks really cool, and if you notice, this guy's super blue. I mean, not only is it beast, but he's just super blue. Some people, I wouldn't say said they prefer, but I did see a few people that prefer the, I think it's the Apocalypse Wave. The previous beast from just a few years ago, that he's got darker hair here on his shoulders, chest, and his head. He's got like more of a black tone to his hair, as opposed to just like a thicker, slightly darker blue, as you're seeing here on his shoulder, and like a little bit around his chest, I guess, right here in the center especially, and then this shoulder. That he doesn't have too much of a tone difference, I guess, is the complaint from some people, and I have seen what they mean, but I think this one looks really cool. He's really blue, and he should be blue. So, and as well as his hair is very blue, just a dark navy blue in this, and doesn't have much of a black tone to it, or his eyebrows or anything like that. So just a kind of a different look, different take on it, but I think it looks really good. And yeah, you can't really mess that up too much. Doesn't look like there's really any shading or anything like that on the legs, but you can see the tone difference here on the shoulders, the chest. But I think the way the hair is made looks really nice. I think it looks pretty slick, and he's got his yellow on his belt here that does move up and down. You can move his belt around a little bit. I think the paint on that doesn't look too bad. I think that looks pretty clean. The yellow is clean. It's not like bleeding out into his little tighties here. I think that looks pretty slick. Not bad at all, not bad at all. And then when we get a little bit closer on his face, I think his face looks really good. And I you know, there could be a little bit more shading in there, so give it a little bit more tone. With some darker shading in his face, I think, and even in his hair. Maybe a wash would do nice on his hair to give it that darker look, maybe even on the shoulders. So yeah, I can see what people are saying about that. He is just very, very blue, but I don't think it looks bad. But in comparison, I can see where people might still have a want for that, especially if they own the previous one. So that is it for his articulation and his accessories. I think he looks pretty cool. This man, he's pretty dope. We'll go ahead and see what he measures, see what he's coming in at. And it looks like he is, I don't know, just under, maybe just reaching, if you stand him perfectly straight, 7 inches. I'd say just under, unless you want to count the tips of his hair right there. So just under 7 inches tall for this retro beast. And I think that works pretty good. He'd be like just under 7 foot tall. So we'll go ahead and we can actually, I guess we already kind of looked at his little accessories here, but we can take a closer look. That's what you're gonna get. It's got purple paint in there, something a little bit sloppy right there on the inside of it, but looks pretty cool. I think he looks pretty awesome. And I think this is the hand really you should be using to hold that kind of stuff. So if we were wanted him to pose holding some of his stuff, we could have him with this, checking this out. I mean, this is one reason I wanted this, is just for, you know, photography. That's what I'm into, and just posing him around on the shelf. This one is gonna have a lot of different ways you can make them, and that's what's the real fun in it, is, you know, being able to use your imagination to have them doing lots of different things. And I don't even always use them to their full purpose. Sometimes they go on the shelf and just hang out there, and my kids bug me every day to get them down and play with them. But if you wanted to, yeah, especially considering him having the lab coat and the 2 separate heads, like just getting a second head sculpt is always great. And then getting accessories that they can really do something with is just awesome. To be able to hold that, look like he's throwing one. He could be screaming and slamming one of these down, you know, hanging upside down, holding one, reading a book or something. Very, very cool. So enough of that chit chat about that. Let's go ahead and we're gonna throw some other figs in there just to compare in size. We'll get another big guy in there and compare him to the Marvel Legends Omega Red. So you can see Omega Red's coming in pretty much the same height. His little ponytail dealie might be making him a little bit taller, but even still, put him directly side by side, maybe about the same height, about 7 feet tall. So I think that's pretty good. And then we'll stand him next to Marvel Legends VHS Wolverine, who should be a deal shorter than him. Yeah, get that just a little bit better there. Slide these guys over, keep Beast here in the middle. Yeah, so pretty good there. And then I still got these guys down here. We'll go ahead and stand them next to Storm Shadow for a G.I. Joe comparison there. We'll take Wolverine out. And I still got this guy over here too. We'll slide the Mandalorian in next to him. So there he is next to Mando, Din Djarin, and then we'll also stand him next to the Raging Cajun Gambit, another one of his X-Man compadres. So there he is next to Gambit. Gambit's taller than Din, the Mandalorian, you can see here, and honestly, not much shorter than Beast. If you can really see that well, he's just a little bit shorter than Beast. So yeah, Gambit really coming in there. So maybe Beast not standing completely straight up. Maybe if he had his legs completely together here without slouching at all, it would be a little bit different, but still pretty close there for those two. But we'll go ahead and take this Beast, or take Gambit out, and we'll stand him next to not the previous Beast, but the Toy Biz Beast, just for a comparison from a long time ago in size. And also you can see some of the difference of the color and see how much darker his hair is here. He's got darker eyebrows, his hair here on his face on the sides, giving him some mutton chops there. That hair is much darker, and he's got a lot more shading here on his, I mean really just overall his whole body, but just even if you look at the chest here, you can see how much more shading he has. And then this guy's just very, very blue, with just a little bit darker blue here in their center. So yeah, I can understand if you would want to give him a light wash to add some depth and darkness to his paint, but I still think he looks really cool that way. And we'll go ahead and slide his jacket on just to see how hard it is. Yeah, just slide it right on there, that first arm there, and then kind of just put this arm backwards a little bit. I mean, that's not how I put on my jackets, but you know, he's an action figure, so he can get his arms up there like that. And then not too bad to get that on. And there he is in his lab coat. Looking pretty good. I think the lab coat fits him really well. I mean, getting cloth goods with your figs, that's just always awesome. You don't got to go to a third-party person. If you wanted to have like a wire jacket, sure, that's cool. But just them providing it, going the extra mile, and making that happen is pretty dope. I like it. His shoulder's kind of being weird there, but yeah, I think that's really, really cool. So yeah, you'd have him in the lab hanging out, checking on some stuff. Let's see if we can get this to pop out there. Yeah, there we go. You can hold it with his thumb there. You can hold this one. Sure, if you got like a little book around or something, you can give him a book to read, kind of like the gray version of him. Comes with a book for accessory. And I left one thing out too. Okay, we'll forget that for the moment. One of the most important accessories for him here. He's not standing. So where is the? Oh, there we go. Last but not least, his glasses. I almost forgot that. Shame on me. So here are his glasses. They got black sides here, just painted black on the sides, and the middle here kind of looking like some Harry Potter glasses going on, but looking pretty cool. And then of course the clear little lenses, and they're not like hard to where you would, you know, push them in or out and it would snap. they're actually very bendy, which is good. I think I would prefer that. I mean, they're not gonna stand being open and closed a million times and bent up a million times, but definitely more than if it was a really hard, you know, set or something. And yeah, the plastic was set up really hard and brittle. So let's go ahead and let's pop the glasses on him, especially since he's got this head sculpt on and we got his lab coat on. I think that'll be fitting. Now, of course, if you want to get these to stay on all the time through posing and I don't know, playing, stop motion, whatever you do, you might want to put some I don't know, museum wax on it, or some, I don't know, some removable glues, maybe some hot glue. They could just glue them on and then pop them off if you ever want to or something. But there he is with the glasses on. They don't quite reach his ears. They kind of just gonna hang out on the side here. And maybe if you pinch them together a little bit, might help increase the tension on them. There we go. So there he is with his glasses on. So I mean, come on, like, you're getting the beaker, the little science accessories, experimental accessories. You get the alternate yelling, you know, screaming face, an extra set of hands, all right, and then the freaking cloth good lab coat and the glasses. I mean, this kind of has to be the ultimate beast action figure, in my opinion, at least from Hasbro Marvel Legends series. This is the best beast, and I'm so glad I finally got a chance to get him onto my state toy show, and got him for a great price too. So that's, can't never beat that. So I went ahead and grabbed him. I didn't even think twice, put him in the bag, and that was it. So this is the Marvel Legends Retro Beast by Hasbro, and this figure is pretty sick in my opinion, as in cool, sick. So yeah, his accessories, extra hands, alternate head. He's got his science accessories, his glasses, and his lab coat. He articulates really well, and is the proper size. The only thing I think, you know, if I agree with some of the people, my only gripe, if I had any gripe, would just be the amount of blue without having any type of depth of like a wash or a little bit of black paint apps on his hair and facial hair here, and on these like little tufts of hair on his elbows and shoulders and chest. So, but other than that, he's freaking sweet. So go ahead and pop his glasses off, that way they don't just fall off or they're flying. And we'll also go and do just the articulation, look at the articulation with the jacket on. We can still get his arms out like that. Pull his arm down and then see about him going backwards so that he's running. Yeah. Scrunches up just like it should need to, and pops open like that. Looks good. Looking pretty sick. I like the beast. This figure's pretty beast. But no, seriously, this figure rocks. There we go, we'll give him the proper head for that kind of thing. Yeah, pretty cool. So there he is. That is the Marvel Legends Beast. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing to my channel for more action figure and electronics reviews and whatever other stuff I find to mess around with. And hit that like button, that helps me out. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And don't forget, there's always going to be some snapshots of the figure here at the end of the video, so stick around for that, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.